Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Ryan Garcia picks Frank Martin to win against Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney came face-to-face officially during the kick-off press conference in New York's Palladium Times Square. None of the antiques that fans and followers saw at the Super Bowl Radio Roll were on display. Nevertheless, the meeting turned out to be as heated as could be expected. Later, King Ray spoke to a few reporters. They may have been interested in the upcoming bout on April 20th. However, some of the media personnel seemed keen to know the young boxer's views on another tentative mega clash. Per the available accounts, Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin have reportedly agreed to fight. The duo will purportedly duke it out for the latest WBA lightweight championship, most possibly by the second quarter of the year. The Ghostbusters tank, Ryan Garcia. One of the reporters asked how he spotted Frank Martin. Garcia replied, "No." The reporter continued, "On the one hand, both he and Martin underwent training together in Derek James' stable. But then, on the other hand, he has had the chance to fight the Baltimorean as well. Hence, but you trained alongside him and obviously you have been in the ring with Gervonta. Who are you taking in that fight, man?" the reporter asked. King Ray responded, I'm going to go with Frank because I'm going to be there every step of the way. And put him on game like this is what he likes to do. This is what he will do. 12-secondly, he sounded unsure when the reporter wanted to know whether he believed Frank Martin would be able to force an early stoppage on Tank Davis. The reporters were initially curious to know about Ryan Garcia's youth on Gervonta Davis, not personally a fight with Devin Haney from a boxing perspective. The former interim lightweight title holder replied that the reason he felt this was because Tank is more of a business-oriented fighter. Unite for a fight. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney will fight for the latest WBC light welterweight title. The talks for a match between the two ignited soon after King Ray stopped Oscar Duarte in his comeback fight. In the beginning, it seemed that the bout was a done deal. However, talks broke down with Garcia picking Rolando Romero over Haney. It's a different fact, even that fight never came to fruition. Later in January, after passing over Jose Ramirez and Isaac Cruz names, talks with the team Haney resumed, but unlike last time, the deal sailed through the match to the relief of millions of fans who wanted to see the duo fight. Instead of the early decided Las Vegas, the fight will now take place in the Big Apple's famous Barclays Center. What's your take on Ryan Garcia's verdict? Do you think he will be vindicated? Please share your views with us in the comments below. Eddie Hearn slams baby Gervonta Davis over leaked emails. Eddie Hearn has criticized Gervonta Davis for leaked his offer to fight Conor Benn on social media. American Davis and Briton Benn have been going at each other regularly on social networks, with insults aplenty hurled. Davis is naturally a couple of weight classes lighter than Benn, but a meeting between the pair did appear to be on the card before Davis agreed to face fellow American Frank Martin instead. And last week, Davis shared a picture of an email sent by Hearn, where the promoter had laid out the terms being offered to Tank. "We would like to talk further regarding this fight, and our plan would be to stage this fight in May in the United States," Hearn's email says. "We would offer 10 million plus an upside on the gate and pay-per-view that I would like to discuss further with you." Davis shared the email in response to Hearn, saying the fighter could have made up to 25 million for fighting Benn. Along with a picture of the email, Davis wrote, 25 mil where? Hearn hit back at Davis' decision to leak the email. "I don't know why I waste my time with this guy, he like a baby," Hearn said. "If you are not willing to sit down and have a sensible business discussion, like he does not even know the details of the offer." Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.